Today we're going to talk about the benefits and risks of feeding organ meat to your dog. Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Mitchell. So today we are going to talk about the benefits of feeding organ meat to your dog. Now, I get it. Organ meat is not something that you might think of when you think about putting your dog's meal together, but it is actually one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. And our dogs are actually designed to eat it. So we're going to talk about which organ meat is the best to feed to your dog, where to get it, and how to prepare it. Okay, so if you think about when dogs were wild, when they were wild wolves, they actually ate prey animals. So they'd eat the entire animal, the skin, the bones, and the organs. So it's actually part of their whole natural nutritious cycle. And they need those nutrients from the organs. And there are several nutrients in organs that you cannot find anywhere else. So fast forward to today and dogs are eating maybe kibble, maybe dry food, wet food, maybe some chicken breast, maybe some ground beef, but no organs. So if you're going to choose one organ to start to add to your dog's diet, I would say liver. Liver is like a natural multivitamin. It has vitamin A, which is huge for eyesight and immunity. It has lots of different vitamin Bs, which is good for energy and red blood cell production. And it is loaded with iron, which helps your dog's body keep oxygen in the cells and move it around to where it needs to be. And it also has zinc, which is great for a really healthy coat and for healthy skin. And this is really cool. It also has the things that are in joint supplements. So if you are buying joint supplements for your dog, if your dog has arthritis or joint pain, you can actually use liver instead. And last but not least, liver is full of protein, so it makes them nice and healthy, helps them build healthy muscle and keep a healthy weight. But one of the best parts about liver is that it's not expensive, because let's say you're getting chicken liver. If you go to your local farmer or your local butcher, they are selling chicken, but they don't have a whole lot to do with the chicken livers because they're not in high demand. So you can usually pick them up for a very, very low cost. Now, before you start feeding your dog liver, there is a certain amount that you should feed. You don't want to feed them too much. It can actually cause an oversaturation of vitamin A, and it can be taxing on the liver. Ironically, liver actually causes negative effects on your dog's liver if you feed too much. So here is the golden rule. You want to look at all the food that you're feeding your dog and feed about 5% liver. That's it. You just need to put 5% organ meat or liver into your dog's food for them to get the full benefit. So let's say your dog's meal is 1 cup of food, that would be 1 tablespoon of liver. And you don't have to feed them organs every single day. 2-3 times a week is perfect. And if you're just starting out feeding your dog organs, you definitely want to go slow at first. So you can do half a teaspoon at first, just a small amount, and then build them up to that 5%. Okay, so how do you prepare the liver for your dog? So my favorite way to prepare it is just to steam it. Let's say you have chicken liver, you put them into a pot, you put a little bit of water, you put a top on and some heat, and you just steam it for about 5 minutes. That way the steam and the heat of the steam is breaking down and killing the bad bacteria that might be on the liver, but it's not really cooking it, because if we cook the liver all the way through, then it takes away a lot of the nutrients. So we want to make sure that liver still has lots of nutrients in it, but that the bacteria is killed. You can also buy freeze-dried liver, which a lot of companies are selling now online. Just make sure the only ingredient is liver. And just be careful. I was buying these and it was just so fun to feed them to my dogs, and they love them so much that I got a little carried away, and I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm giving them like a cup of liver over every couple of days. So you don't want them to be treats that you give every day. If you're going to get the freeze dried, which is may be a lot easier and a little less gross than cooking it, then just make sure you're sticking to that 5% of their diet. Now, if your dog has copper storage disease or any kind of liver issues at all, then organs are not for them. You can talk to your vet about it, but usually organs are not a good idea to add to the diet if your dog is having any kind of issues with their liver or an override of copper in their system. So now that we're getting our dog's nutrition sorted, you can go ahead and think about some other ways to help your dog naturally. Go ahead and watch this video where I talk about the benefits of raw bones for your dogs. It not only cleans their teeth, but it has a ton of other benefits for them as well, including their nutrition. So go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and I will see you next time.